But with the information that's going to be dropped tonight, I'm telling you, it's going to change not only your life, your kids' life, but generations and generations to come. Market right now, and don't just call her no realtor. You got to put international realtor behind her name, okay? She got something on the market right now, and Punta Cana. All right, before I met this young lady, I didn't even know there was such thing as an international realtor. I was like, you just go there, right? But nah, she got it going. Serial entrepreneur, six-figure earner in the business. Without further ado, DJ, you got her song? Let's bring, hey, give a round of applause. Let's bring up Miss Keys Paul.
Listen, I'm grateful to be just in a room with some phenomenal people. I definitely got to give it back to Lloyd. You know, that's my business partner. We getting ready to shut Atlanta down, so get ready. I definitely want to give it back to my leader and my mentor, Mr. Joe Gavin. You know, let me tell you something. This is so powerful. He helped put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in my pocket, and we haven't even connected yet. How powerful is that? Yeah. That's powerful. Definitely want to give it back to Mr. Haziq Ali, another one of my mentors. You know, if it wasn't for him in the Atlanta market, I wouldn't be where I am today in Atlanta. And I appreciate you guys because you pour so much into us. So I'm not going to stand up here long, but I just want to share with you just a little bit of what I've been through because maybe it can help somebody else get started, right? Yeah. So, long story short, I started in this industry about 6 years ago, right? Single mother, one teenage son. I was in corporate America. I was an HR director for 15 years, y'all. 15 years. I was making great money, but you know what? What's great money when you're a W-2? That's not really great money. What's 6 figures when you're a W-2? That's not 6 figures, right? So you're barely making ends meet. And you know Atlanta is very expensive, especially being a single mother of one. So, have you ever felt, and this is how I feel, this is how I felt at the time, have you ever felt like you were existing and not living? Raise your hands if you ever felt like that. That's how I felt. I felt like I was existing and not living. So I went to God and I said, God, you got to give me something different. You got to give me something different because I'm tired of hitting these brick walls. Like Joe said, you got to be in position. And that's what he did. He positioned me. So when I prayed about this thing, I was already in position. When the blessing came to me, I was able to receive it. Positioning is key. I prayed for something different, and a month later, I got started with the services. My score was at the time a 479. I went all the way up to the 800 club, and in 6 months I was able to walk away from my job. I haven't worked a job ever since. Not only that, I was able to start this business and 3 other businesses. So when I tell you this changes lives, it absolutely does. But then this is another thing I'm going to share with you. Y'all, this is your business. So you got to treat it like your baby because life is going to happen, right? Life is going to happen, but you got to keep going. And I said that to say this. Remember I told you I had a young son. At the time when I started in the industry, he was 15 years old. I started back in the industry 2017. In 2020, my baby was murdered, right? My son was shot down, and I'm so grateful to God that he already had me in position to where, because if I was on a job, I would have to go right back to work. I would have to go back to work. But because I was in position, like Joe always talks about positioning, I had residual income. I had multiple businesses. So I was able to grieve. I took a year off almost to grieve just for my baby. But I'm sharing this with you to let you know life is going to happen. But you got to keep going, y'all. I got started in this industry and really didn't even have a dime. You know why? Because I was robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I had bad credit.
Can't do nothing with you.
I used my life bill money. And we all know, if y'all live in Georgia, Georgia Power don't care nothing about you, they gonna shut you off. Real quick. But I understood the power behind this. So when I got started, I had my 5 people the next day. I already had a free business. And I never looked back. So, again, there's some of you out here that are scared. I'm telling you to do it scared, do it broke, just do it. Because it's going to change your life. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for letting me share my story. So I want to introduce to you a young lady that I met six months ago. She is an amazing spirit. She has a pure heart, clean hands. She loves to see everybody win. And I watched this girl rank up like it was nobody's business. I watched this girl hit about, 4 or 5 ranks in less than 5 months. Talk about a trailblazer. Talk about an amazing mother. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for this woman. And give a round of applause for Miss Jasmine Baker. Baker. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I was a hairstylist. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I grew up poor. I grew up uneducated. I always wanted good credit though. I didn't care. I didn't pay so many people to fix my credit. 1,000 here, 500 there, 700 here. I was like, I gotta have good credit because I had a business. It's so expensive, the hair business, y'all. Hair, if y'all know, if you like good hair, it's gonna be expensive. So I was like, I gotta get good credit. Paid all these people to fix my credit. Never worked out for me. Still ended up with mediocre credit. It got better, but it never got to where I wanted it to be. So fast forward, I moved to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, I'm ready for a new start. It was so much violence in Chicago. I was just like, I want to get to a new start. So I packed up, y'all. Kid y'all not, I didn't know nobody when I came to Atlanta. It was just me and my son, who was 13 years old. So I got to Atlanta, and I was just partying. Atlanta is a party city, y'all. You can go out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's a party. So I was just out every night. I was like, oh hell no, I can't come out here and turn into no party head. What am I about to do? So started my salon, y'all. Built the salon suite from the ground up in Decatur, Georgia. Okay. And everything was going good at first. But of course, I hit some bumps in my road. I hired stylists. I could never keep stylists in there long enough. Maybe it was slow for them, and things just wasn't going like I expected them to go, y'all. And my rent was $4,000 a month. So fast forward, 6 months ago in December, I met the amazing CMO, Haziq Ali. And he was telling me about this opportunity, Nove. And he was like, I was homeless before, this really changed my life. And I was skeptical. I was like, I don't like talking to people. I'm not gonna be good at this. And he was like, no, see, you negative, your mindset, you need to change. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a try. So I got started, y'all. I signed up the end of December 23rd to be exact, 2 days before Christmas. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to him about the mindset. I'm gonna go into this opportunity and just,
with a positive mindset. So I got to posting it on my social media. I started talking to people, and you know, this is really something that sells itself, y'all. They're not just saying that. When we say these services, you're not going to have to sell anything. People need their credit up. People need business credit. People need personal credit. People need to refinance auto loans, because they didn't really tell you guys everything that the company offers. They only gave y'all 5 of the most popular things, but we offer everything from refinancing student loans, refinancing auto loans. The company just has so much to offer y'all. So when I added that under my brand, you know, the brand that I already had from doing hair, it completely changed my outview and my outlook on life and how people looked at me. Because of course, I'm a beautiful girl, I got a body and everything, but now I'm coming to the table and I'm about business.
That's
so
right.
People respect me.
Yes.
People be like, okay, she's trying to put me on. You know, she's trying to get me funding. She's trying to help me get business credit. So, you know, in 6 months, y'all, I started with about 15,000 followers. I went from 15,000 to 50,000. Now, followers mean nothing, right? But when you're promoting something like financial services and you have celebrities and people who are high up hitting you up asking, how can you get me funding? How can you help me? Because a lot of the times we don't know people need help until we open our mouth.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And say, what do you need?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
So when I started opening my mouth and really talking to people and seeing that there's so many people who need these services, y'all, I just started making money in my sleep.
Uh-oh.
Like, this is really a testimony, y'all. When I joined Nove, I was lost. I was about to lose my business. I didn't know, you know, I couldn't get funding because my credit was bad. 6 months later, y'all, I done purchased a Range Rover under my business name.
Okay.
I'm so excited about that. I'm getting ready to close on my very first home.
Oh!
So, I say this to say, y'all, entrepreneurship was lovely for me. But when I teamed up with Nove and I started getting those direct deposits every Thursday to my check,
Uh-oh.
when I walked into them banks,
Talk to me.
I bragged a little different, okay? Now I got somebody to back me up, okay?
That's right.
I have a direct deposit. I was like, dang, this what a job feel like? I've been missing out. Like, you get a direct deposit every week, y'all. You get a bonus every 15th of the month. People respect you. You gain so many relationships. My mentors, they are everything. Keisha, y'all, that woman is, she really kept me motivated. It's so many times I wanted to quit. I wanted to throw a fit. I was like, I give up. She was like, no, you don't. You better get to work. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Yes, sir.
And I'm so glad, sis. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you for pouring life into me. I appreciate you for never being intimidated by me, because I didn't have that problem in life where women get intimidated by, you know, me being so motivated and trying to be successful. I appreciate you just pouring into me and just letting me know that it's not going to be an easy journey, but it's going to be a good one.
That's right.
And so, I want to say I appreciate you so much, Joe. Y'all, Joe is a gem. Joe is one of them people you can call him any time, any day. He gonna give you advice. He gonna pour into you. He's going to it just feels so good having people in your corner, y'all. Growing up in Chicago, like I said, I didn't have people that I could look up to. I was always a person who was striving to be successful, but I could never really get there because I know y'all heard of the saying, if you hang around 4 broke people, you become the 5th.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I hung around a lot of broke people, honestly, y'all. And I was just wondering, like, damn, I've been an entrepreneur so long. How come I can't find success? How come I can't be successful? Like, I want it so bad. But once I changed the rooms that I was in and I started being in a room with these successful people, they poured into me. And the things that they taught me, I can take with me for the rest of my life, y'all. I know for a fact I'll be a millionaire. Just
Yes,
being around this circle of people. So not only are you gonna make money, the money is just extra, but you're gonna get the mentorship, you're gonna get family oriented. These people are going to show up for you whenever you call them. Middle of the night, I'll be calling Keisha. Keisha, I'm gonna have a meltdown. No, you're not. Like, they make sure that you stay in line. They make sure that you stay motivated, and it's helped me stay motivated and keep my team motivated because I built a massive team, y'all. Only 6 months being in this company, and I'm already making 6 figures. And I just started in December. So, remember this, y'all. You can do whatever, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I learned this from my mentors. Whatever you put out into the universe that you want, you can do it.
That's right.
When you start telling yourself things like, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it, you put that stuff out into the universe. So tell yourself whatever you do, and I'm not just talking about joining Nové, I'm just talking about in life, period.
That's right.
You tell yourself, I can do this. Even if you know deep down inside, it's a little hard, I don't know what to say. But if you tell yourself, I can do this, you can do it.
That's right.
And I appreciate y'all's time. I appreciate you guys for coming out. And I hope you guys took something away from this. Do your research. Learn more about this company y'all ran by. It's by us. When we own something, when it's ran by my people and they have so much integrity, you know, everybody talks about God. Everybody just put God first. And everything after that second, y'all, and you cannot lose.
When I came into Nové, I was in Nové probably like 3 weeks. I've been in the industry for a while, but I came over to this company, and I was in the company for about 3-4 weeks. I said, oh, the corporate office is in Conyers, Georgia?
That's right.
Bam. I'm about to go up there. I ain't making no appointment. I'm going up there. I want to see what's going on. And I told Rosette, I said, if I go to this corporate office and don't nobody acknowledge my presence, it ain't for me. I went up there. This king stopped what he was doing, very productive, stopped what he was doing, came, walked me through the whole corporate office. I met the staff. The owner was busy, so we kind of waved to each other. His wife was busy, so we kind of waved to each other. Met their son. And when I tell you, have you guys ever been in a situation where it's like, you just feel a certain type of energy?
That's right.
Right now.
That was it for me. I see all this stuff, the business credit, the funding, the loans and everything like that, but it was the energy for me. So I'm about to bring this king up, 7-figure earner, our chief marketing executive. Without further ado, Haziga.
How y'all feel tonight? Woohoo! Man, give it up one more time for Miss Jasmine Baker. Was that incredible? That was her first time on stage. Is that crazy, y'all?
Yeah.
Who in here sees she's headed for big things?
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy. So proud of her. And give it up for Miss Keisha Palmer. Where Keisha go?
Woo!
Yo, such an amazing woman, such an amazing leader. Give it up one time for my man King Joe Gathings, came all the way from Chicago. Man, he was coming down for a graduation, but he was like, man, we gotta touch the people while we're here. And so we put this together really last minute, but I want everybody to recognize that because we really intend on taking this city over. Like, we feel like this is the Mecca. Somebody say Mecca.
Mecca.
Somebody say Mecca.
Mecca.
This is the Mecca for black entrepreneurship. We're in a black-owned business right now. Give it up for Miss Yandy Smith.
Yeah.
You know, she's not just one of the stars on this show, Love and Hip Hop, but she's actually the creator. Who knows empires come out of ideas? Who knows you can build a whole empire out of ideas? Who knows the most valuable thing on the planet is an idea? Hey, y'all, sometimes when I'm talking to people about this, they be like, oh, this seemed like a get-rich-quick scheme. They be like, oh, is this a get-rich-quick scheme? I'll be like, you better hope so. Exactly. Because you ain't got time to get rich slow. A lot of times people don't get it. Like, wealth is attached to money. Wealth is attached to time, I meant to say. Like, if you make $1 million over 25 years, then you really just made $40,000 a year. Is that rich?
No.
But if you make $1 million in 4 years, you're a little bit closer to rich. Somebody hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, a lot of times, the reason that we can't get ahead is because we've been taught lies. Somebody say lies.
Lies.
Yeah, we've been taught lies. And the biggest problem you got ain't the stuff you don't know. It's the stuff you think you know that just ain't so. You just don't really understand how it works. I'll give you a perfect example. How many people have heard somebody say time is money? Yeah, we hear that all the time, right? We've been hearing that since we were little kids. Time is money, right?
Yeah.
But that's a lie. Check it out, y'all. Not only is time more valuable than money, but time is infinitely more valuable than money. But if they can trick you into thinking that time is money, you'll trade a lot of your time for a little bit of somebody else's money. Somebody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But once you recognize that time is something you can't get back, once you recognize that time is what your life is made out of, you'll trade the money you need to buy back your time. Who understands that money is designed to help you buy back your time? Money is designed to help you buy back your life. So sometimes I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well man, why isn't everybody doesn't join the minute they hear about this? This changed my life. Y'all hear story after story. Y'all heard Keisha tell her story. Y'all heard Jasmine tell her story. Y'all heard Lloyd mention I was homeless a few years ago. I had no college degree. I had no special skills. I'm like, when they see me and they recognize that we're doing something, that our lives are progressing every single year, what makes everybody not want to join? I'm going to tell you what it is, y'all. It's because the devil be busy.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
A lot of y'all don't recognize that when you were reading this book, there are symbols and parables and all kinds of signs in these stories that can help you live your life. Check it out, y'all. Who in here knows the story of Adam and Eve in the garden? Y'all ever heard this? I ain't gonna preach to y'all, but I just want to know. Anybody ever heard that story about Adam and Eve in the garden?
Yes.
Check it out. Anybody know that the knowledge of tree, that tree of knowledge of good and evil was right in the middle of the garden? Is that a fact? Watch this. God starts talking to Adam and Eve, and he's like, you can have anything in this garden. Is that a fact? Yeah. He was like, you can eat of anything out here. Now, I'm not a Bible scholar, but was the tree to the right or the left? No, the tree was in the middle, wasn't it? So God said, you can have anything that's in this garden except for this one tree. And then the devil, in the form of a serpent, he comes along and he says, you can't have that one. I want you to notice something. Because everybody thinks the first sin, everybody thinks the devil's first trick was getting, Adam to eat the apple and all of this stuff, right? Or getting Eve, getting in her. Nah, the first trick the devil pulled was getting Adam and Eve to focus on not all this abundance around them, but on what they couldn't have. In other words, what the devil did was trick you into ignoring the abundance so you stare at your lack. So you stare at your scarcity. Watch this. Some of y'all ain't joining because you like, I ain't got the $350. You looking at what you don't got. Let me tell you what you do got. You got your youth. You got your energy. Your phone can make unlimited phone calls. Y'all know when I was a little kid, it cost money to call from Georgia to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? They used to call that long distance. Right now, you got infinite resources. You got the ability to communicate. Some people can't even talk. Y'all know that? You got all of this abundance of resources, all of this abundance of skills. You've been learning things since you was a little kid. The problem is, most people major in the minor. But do you understand? If you stop paying attention to what you don't got and look at what you do got, your whole life changes. Amen. This is a trick of the devil for you to be focusing on things that you don't have when you have everything you need to get everything you want. I'm living proof of it, and we got a bunch of people in here that are living proof of the same exact thing. You can do this. You've been learning things since you were a little kid. It's the belief that if I put enough time and energy into it, I can learn. Somebody say, I can learn.
I can learn.
Somebody say, I can learn.
I can learn.
Now, we're going to provide you a system. We're going to provide you strategy. We're going to provide you coaching. We're going to provide you the tools. But somebody say, you already got the main thing you need. Somebody say, I can learn.
I can learn.
I can learn.
I can learn.
You know, sometimes I tell them this story about this cat named, I call him like Freddie the Chicken Dipper, right? But you can change the name to anything you want, and then I'm going to get out of here. Do you know that right now in Georgia, somebody in this state is the best burger flipper in the whole state? You know he walk in and be like, ooh, Freddie about to get on the grill. Freddie know how to flip the burger before the beeper go off, you know what I mean? Freddie know how to pull the fries out the grease before, right? Freddie is amazing at flipping burgers. If there's a worse burger flipper, there gotta be a best burger flipper. Am I telling the truth? Mm-hmm. If there's a worse fry dipper, there gotta be somebody who's incredible pulling the fries out the grease. Is that a fact? But here's the problem. They focus on learning something that don't even have the ability to get them rich. That sounds funny, but I really want you to think about it. Because maybe for people in your life, it ain't flipping burgers or dipping fries. But anybody in here agree that there's some people in here that are working harder and making less than they deserve?
That's right.
Anybody in here know some people who are slaving? I'm talking about working their fingers to the bone. But they don't have the capacity to get ahead because trading time for money was a bad promise. It was a bad deal. You were never designed to work the rest of your life. Retirement is a word that comes from agriculture. When a cow stops making milk, you shoot it in the head. That's called retirement.
Oh, wow.
We aren't designed to retire. We're designed to live in our God-given purpose. And you hear God calling, but a lot of times you can't pick up the phone because you got to be to work in the morning. All we're saying is get enough residual income to take care of your residual bills, and you'll have what we call freedom. What's the word, y'all?
Freedom.
If your bills are $3,000 a month, all we got to do is get you to $3,500 a month, and you're free. What's the word, y'all?
Freedom.
You do not have to work until you're 65. For some of you, you can be done in 5 to 6 years. For some of you, you can be done working the rest of your life in 3 to 4 years. For some of you, it may take 1 to 2 years, but you get to decide. Somebody say, I can learn.
I can learn.
So I appreciate everybody coming out. Please get with the person that invited you out here today, and here's all you got to do. Right now, hold your phone in the air. Hold your phone in the air. If you are a guest, if you got invited by somebody, hold your phone in the air, y'all. Hold your phone in the air. So this is all you got to do. This way you can save face. It don't have to be awkward.
Hey man, y'all was kind of asleep, man. I had to wake y'all up. Yeah? Jasmine, don't be shy. We got the gorgeous Jasmine right here. Hey, so we're gonna get it cracking. We're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk about some things tonight that's it's not a secret. However, we just didn't know the education, okay? So, I have been blessed. First of all, my name is Lloyd Marvel, okay? I've been in the industry for about 5 or 6 years, and if you guys are sitting in these seats and you know absolutely nothing about finances, I was there about 5.5 years ago, okay? However, I knew how critical it was to learn the information because I knew it was.
So we talking about loans. And what I like about loans, somebody say soft pulls.
Soft pulls.
I love about these loans, y'all, because as you apply for these loans, it will not affect your credit. It's a soft pull, which means that you can see what options you have without even affecting your credit score. Woo. Personal loans, business loans. I want you guys to look at some of the examples. And what I like about y'all, we partner with 35 lenders. That means that when your applications go in, there's not one person looking at it. It's like a Chase Bank. Right? You can go to a U.S. Bank. That's one person looking at it. What's your name, King? Tim. So let's say I go to Tim. Tim is a bank. If Tim tells me no, Tim is telling me no because he's the only person looking at it. But what we're telling you guys is that when you come to us, it's Tim and everybody else in this bar that's looking at your application without affecting your credit score, and then you pick the option you want. That's more place for everybody, yes or no? Somebody clap it up for Tim and everybody else.
You go, Tim.
I want you guys to understand something, right? 119,000, you got 304 grand for somebody to expand their barber business. This is what I mean, somebody praying. Locking in, following the blueprints, following the coaches, following plays, and then being in position when a contract comes and say, listen, I want to do business with this company, they need me to get 10 trucks. See, what happened was God brought the opportunity, yes or no? But now he's in position to move forward. So the more of our people that we put in position, the more of us can go to the next level. And that's what I call artwork. It's never what you can do, it's what you can show other people how to do. Yes, all right? So as we go to this, credibility is everything, yes or no? Mm-hmm. Credibility is everything, yes or no? Yes. So to have a company to say, listen, you're a great person, but we also have a great score, y'all. So when you look us up, y'all, you talking about 4.9. We also have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Let's clap it up for that, y'all. That's a lot of love. And when you think about an A+ in the industry where most people didn't even grow up with this information, it's crazy. That means that we are actually helping a lot of people gain success. And I love those text messages that come through on the regular. All right? So now this is what success means too. So what we like to do is, y'all, we like to do small meetings and little things like this. So we want to make sure everybody get the game. Somebody say get the game. Get the game. Because for us to hoard this information and everybody try to figure out why you guys are so successful, that's not cute to us. We want to make sure everybody good. So don't get these little meetings mixed up with the fact that we're doing big things. Because it's all over the country. We're big in Atlanta, we're big in Detroit, we're big in Chicago, we're big in Miami, right? I said that in LA, right? So we're stretching this thing out. But I want you guys to see what's taking place so far with this phenomenal movement right here in Georgia.
That is the sound of freedom. A lush, rugged expanse about 130 miles south of Atlanta, just shy of 97 acres. It's undeveloped, unincorporated, and it has new owners. Renee Walters is one of them. She's president of the Freedom Georgia Initiative. It's a collective of 19 black families who recently bought this land. This dream all started a few weeks ago during Renee's typical morning call with her friend Ashley Scott.
She said, Ashley, did you see the article about Hi, I'm Ashley Scott, a realtor, and I'm the vice president of the Freedom Georgia Initiative. We want to tell you about No Day Money. The reality is that in order to have freedom and to have ownership, it starts with an exceptional credit score. It starts with a business and that EIN number. It starts with having your financial house in order.
Come on, everybody, let's clap it up for that, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I grew up in a neighborhood where you was happy to just get an apartment somewhere on the outside of the inner city so you can feel like you live in the suburbs. I know I ain't the only one up here speaking, right? So forget just buying apartments, y'all. So now you guys understand, for those that's been in Chicago before, and y'all know when we say, listen, we're buying a block up, we mean we buying a block up. We want every lot, every beauty supply, every bar, every gas station, and all we doing is saying, listen, the same place we running. Everybody have access to that right now. And that's what's expanding right here in Atlanta. So I want you guys to clap it up for yourselves, y'all. I love that. All right, so my thing is, guys, is this. How many of you guys know at least 5 people or somebody that could benefit from anything that was just shared? Personal credit, business credit, funding, right? How many of you guys know somebody that could benefit from it, right? So what if I told you got a choice? This is what I love about this. This is an option. One thing about me is I would never sell or convince. I would show you love. I would give you the game. I give you the blueprint, and I'll hug you the whole time. But I want everybody to understand that if I hadn't took advantage of this section, I would have never been a 7-figure earner. I probably would have been a 6-figure earner. If I had took advantage of this section, I wasn't going to be able to walk 32 people off of their jobs in 1 year. I would have been able to tell everybody how they can go get a house, how they can go get an apartment, how they can go get a car. But because of this section right here, I was able to help a number of people become not only successful, But have their own business. To wake up when they feel like it, go to sleep when they feel like it, and have a business that they carry value. So they don't feel like they're selling or convincing anybody, but to say, I got an opportunity to take care of your family to the next level. You either want me or you don't, I love you either way. Right. So as we go into this section, I like to say you can do it for free, or you can make some money doing the exact same thing. See how Zeke, when I saw it, I said, bro, that's crazy. I would have done this for free. Every rip, I'm telling you guys, we be literally sitting around maybe at a bar watching the game, Lord, we be like, bro, I would have done this for free. Because how many of y'all right now that gave somebody a jacket or some shoes or something off your feet, just anything, help somebody? See, because that's truly who we were at birth. But what happens is we grow up in an environment and it changes who you really are. We've been service. And I want everybody to embody that. So what I'm going to show you guys is the number of ways that you can get paid for simply helping somebody get started in a program that's going to take them to the next level. Or you can help them and send them somebody else's link and they'll get paid. Either way it goes, they're going to get help. Right. All we saying is if you want some income, make some, generate some income, then we got you. So let's say, for example, somebody want to get their personal credit. Here's what I love about this. Somebody say, I get a website.
I get a website. Let me get that.
Somebody say I get customer service.
I get customer service.
Somebody say I get tools.
I get tools.
Okay, everybody understand how simple this is, because if you don't understand the simplicity, it's gonna look hard. Let me explain something to y'all. If somebody comes to me right now in this bar talking about credit, I'm gonna say let's exchange information. I'm gonna send you something over tomorrow or later on tonight you can take a look at it. Right. Anybody can do that, yes or no? Yes. Why? Because if you start talking, that means you rely on talent. And we depend on systems. This is why you're able to walk so many people off their job. So if somebody wants their personal credit fixed, you send them over video. Somebody say a video.
Video.
60 seconds. They can watch that at a red light. But once they get done, the video's going to break down the process, how it works. It's going to tell them about credit. It's going to save you a lot of time, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But when that person want to move forward, you can send them to somebody else, or you can send them to your website. And what if I told you make $100 per person? It take that person 2 minutes to sign up. You help that person change their life. They come and tell other people about you. Everything goes to the next level.
But with the information that's going to be dropped tonight, I'm telling you it's going to change not only your life, your kids' life, but generations and generations to come, because the way we structure things and the way things need to be structured. I moved here to Atlanta about 5 years ago, and the reason why I love Atlanta is people in Atlanta gonna make some money. I love that guy, that entrepreneur that's selling t-shirts out the trunk of his car. I'm buying one every time. But guess what? If that young man knew how to structure his business and set everything up right and start to get the business lines of credit, the funding, he could take that t-shirt in the trunk business to a storefront. Doesn't make him a bad guy because he's selling t-shirts out of his car. No, that doesn't make him a bad guy. He just don't know the information. That's right. So with that information, when we unlock the information, it's game over.
Okay, let's sell every day. Hey, hey, hold up. Then Shawty got me like, whew, ain't high, but I need that boost. The devil a lot and see the truth. So fly when she in that suit. These other bras need a crew. Take notes on what she did. She handle business. How she do? How'd he do? That's my boo. Thought you knew. Thought I told you. You're looking for a job. That ain't a prize. She can't employ you. Hold up. Look at us. Now look at y'all. Looking like I don't work it out. Close ain't the perfect dog. Ass fast, so she work it out. She heard them all. Go shopping and she hurt them all. Don't trust too many girls at all, so her circle smile. If you ask them women, bet they got a lot of labels, but the point of view is different when it's from the boss's table. See